Thank you for joining us. This is Wakatsuki, joint co-president of Nippon Paint Holdings, and thank you for coming despite short notice. I would like to explain to you about the buyback from the Wuthelam Group, our Indian business. So this is the summary for today. So this was 2 years ago. Our board of directors approved today buyback of 2 Indian businesses, excluding the European auto business, of the 3 businesses that were divested to Wuthelam Group in August 2021. 100% of NPI share, whose main businesses are decorative, automotive repair, and industrial, and 51% of BNPA share, a 51-49 joint venture with Berger in India. The decision to sell the business in 2021 was backed by the need for drastic restructuring and reinforcement of businesses caused by external factors, such as existing major competition, pandemic, raw material prices increases, emergence of newcomers, while maintaining options to exploit opportunities in the growth market of India. The agreement accompanied call option for NPHD to buy back the transferred businesses, because NPI's income statement was a break even at that point. So the 2 India businesses have successfully undergone measures such as drastic management, structural reforms, and strategic promotional activities. The business now has good prospects for sustained profitable growth after loss incurred. NPI notably achieved a significant market share gain and a positive operating profit in the decorative paint markets in the focus 2 southern states in the India. So especially in the decorative, we have a high market share in these two states, and its strong brand recognition offers a significant growth potential in the future. So after 2 years, we obtained an independent third-party evaluation report and established a special committee and reached an agreement with Wuthelam Group at prices conducive to MSFE. The transaction is scheduled for completion in the first half of 2024, as it will take a while to obtain approval from the Indian authorities, and are expected to be EPS accretive from year 1. So page 3, outline of the transaction. This is the background of the businesses we will buy back. Both businesses turned profitable last fiscal year, and further growth and profit margin improvements are expected this fiscal year. Acquisition price is 14.5 billion yen. At the time of divestiture, transfer price was 10.8 billion yen, so an increase of 33.5%. Yen is depreciated from the time of divestiture, so Indian rupee basis, 12.5% increase, and $100 million US, which is almost the same price at that time. Transaction was fully financed through existing cash and will be EPS accretive from the first year, which is fiscal year 2024. Regarding the reviewing process, I will establish a special committee, and Chairman Go did not participate in the resolution. So the background and significance for the deal has been communicated to you earlier. So, but if I may add, we have thought that it would take much longer for growth and profit to this extent to emerge, considering the challenging environment assumption at the time of initial transfer. One reason for this transaction is the speed of growth was higher than the assumption. Another point that prompted we will continue the investment, but the decision was that funding can be sourced from the cash flow of this business while continuing the investment. So this is page 5. So NPI, they are about 60% is decorative. NPI has decorative, industrial, and automotive repair. And India has a very different characteristics by the region, and their characteristics is different in terms of culture and language in the southern and the northern area. And we started our business in 2009. We were a little bit delayed, but Tamil Nadu and Tanaka, in the 2 states, we are having our businesses, and 65% of the decorative is the sales from these 2 states. And when we say states, they have 76 million and 67 million in each of the states. So both together, their population is much larger than the Japan overall. So, and also we have their population is increasing. And BNPA formed a joint venture from the 2016. BNPA has merged with merger and became a joint venture in 2019. Core business is automotive and market share is fourth. In the field of OEM, Japanese OEM is their main client and have a strong position in their parts business as well.
The market share in two states in the automotive repair sector, we have made small but profitable mergers and acquisition. And in the industrial sector, we have a strengthened collaboration within the group, including in Japan, to win new projects both domestically and in exports. As a result of a strengthened collaboration within the group, new projects were won in both domestic and export markets. However, the closing of fiscal 21 was in the red. This year's forecast is Indian rupee 1 billion or Japanese yen 1.7 billion of EBITDA. BNP has been in the red since the start of the joint venture. There was a problem for us, and impairment losses were recorded in 2019. But the company has moved from a traditional and consolidated approach to consolidated operations with MP and has boldly reformed its operation through system integration and also management changes and other measures, while at the same time firmly reviewing sales and costs. The business has been profitable since last year. These bold reforms involve risk, but local management responded pretty well, resulting in faster than expected growth in margins, and we're affirming strength of the NFC team. The improvements, particularly in the decoratives, are of greatest significance, and although we will not be expanding nationwide at once, we believe we have achieved a winning formula, instance in these two states, and are confident that we can achieve both growth and profitability in a very competitive market. And also we envisage expanding into other states a little further down the line. The future potential of the Indian market probably goes without saying, but once again, based on the size of the population, the future development of urbanization, and the outlook for the income structure associated with the population growth, it is definitely a market to look forward to in the future. There's a significant room for growth in terms of the overall market and also in terms of paint consumption per capita, which is basically expected to be a growth market of more than 10%. Page 9, as I mentioned earlier, the two southern states also have a population of 140 million people, and in terms of language, we are able to promote our products to our clearer target group than in the north. So this regional strategy is the most effective form, as we know, based upon understanding. And on page 10, by business in India, decoratives is still the biggest demand, but automotives and other sectors also steadily will growing market. And it is very encouraging that our footprints are finally starting to work. Under the circumstances, our mid and long-term strategy is to aim for a growth of more than 15% above the market, or a little over 15%. And in the decoratives in particular, we will continue to invest into the channel and improve production efficiency in order to become number one in the two southern states. And once we have achieved this, we will gradually expand into neighboring states. And also we hope to achieve these results and then expand to neighboring states in the same way. Naturally, we will also expand our market share in peripheral areas such as adhesives. In the automotive sector, we are working hard locally to gain the number 3 market position by the end of this year. Needless to say, EV compatibility is also important here. Finally, with regard to the review system for the transaction, a special committee was set up and was the case 2 years ago to review the transaction from the perspective of protecting minority shareholder interests in particular. And after 4 meetings of the special committee, a written report was obtained, and the directors, with the exception of Chairman Go, who didn't participate, and unanimously resolved to approve the transaction. This concludes my presentation by saying that quite a lot of investors are interested in our business deployment in India. And also this is the share involved transaction. That is the reason we have set up this telephone conference so all the members to be able to understand better the situation of our transaction. Thank you very much for your audience.